Welcome to Divorce Simplified. I'm Amanda Hannon, owner of the Hannon Real Estate Group and principal broker at Real Broker LLC. Today I am joined by some excellent professionals in the divorce field, and I'd like to introduce them now.
Timothy Sweet. I am a family law attorney in Rhode Island, handling divorce, including the real estate issues that come with divorce.
I'm Suzanne Caldera, licensed mortgage originator in Rhode Island, helping people navigate through refinancing through divorce or purchasing a home through divorce.
We are the founders of the Rhode Island Divorce Resource Network, and we are bringing you the tools to tackle a divorce effectively and efficiently. Legal information is not legal advice or opinion of any kind. Today we are going to go over the powers of the court and things that could negatively impact you and your family during a divorce. When it comes to real estate, it's really important to try to work together effectively as much as possible. The courts can and will take over if it gets out of hand. So could you discuss the powers of the court and what they have the ability to do in a divorce?
Sure. So the court will not do anything unless you make it. The court is going to expect that two grown people who own a home and have been married are able to figure out their own accounting and finances and make things work and civilly and respectfully. But if they can't, the court has a broad range of powers to force the issue. The court can appoint a real estate commissioner to take care of your real estate at high expense. The court can force the sale of real estate. The court can force one or the other spouse to move out, which can have severe implications if there are children involved. The court can also have your home appraised, formally appraised by a company or by an entity you've never met or who may have probably never visited your home. And the court can also determine whether it's financially viable for either spouse to quote unquote buy out the other. So once a home is formally appraised and it's worth whatever it's worth, less a mortgage, less a line of credit, is it possible for either spouse to buy out the other, whichever one's going to move out, for 1/2 or so of that equity, as well as paying the mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities, and so on and so forth. So again, the court will do nothing unless you make it, but there's almost no end to what the court can do if the parties don't get along.
Right. So for example, we had a situation where the husband and wife could not get along. They could not make agreements on the home being sold. So we were brought in as we are divorce real estate experts, and unfortunately, even the courts couldn't do anything for them to agree, so they actually put the home up for auction. So basically, they may have been able to get a significant profit, but because it went for auction, that was eliminated. And if they would have just got along and tried to work together as it was like a business transaction, this wouldn't have happened.
I think it's important that you take the emotion out, and I know it can be really difficult because there's a reason for divorce, and a lot of times those are there's some emotional stuff that's going on. And piece of advice that I heard through divorce and through just researching was try and think, if you're dealing with a coworker, how would you work with that coworker? How would you have conversations with them? Get aligned with experts in the field, whether it be an attorney or a real estate agent or someone professionally that can help you. I think that that can go a long way, and understand that you are human and you're going to have some emotions in that. And you and I know, have seen some of the most extreme of the cases, and the reason for having these resources is to hopefully help you avert them, or to understand what you may be going through and why the court may need to get involved, as Tim mentioned that they could.
We're excited to have Carol Gillen here today, who is the owner of Gillen Psychotherapy, and she is also a specialist with the Rhode Island Divorce Resource Network, and she's going to introduce herself.
Hi, thanks Amanda for that. So I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I have a small group practice in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And I have experience working with children, adolescents, adults, and families. And most of my experience has been with those struggling with anxiety and depression, and those who are adjusting to changes in their lives, or those who have experienced trauma. And of course, divorce is a major life change, and that's kind of how I hope to support this group and to continue to share information with all of you. That's a major life change for both adults and the children, if there's children in the family. And, adjusting to the changes that occur because of a divorce can prompt struggles with anxiety and depression for both the adults and the children. So a therapist can be helpful to both the parents and the children as they're coping with the changes that come from a divorce. And it's important, for you to reach out to a mental health professional if you feel that you need that level of support. It goes without saying that divorce is a stressful and difficult time for both the adults and the children, for the entire family. And I want to just kind of stress that it's really important for parents to get the support that they need throughout the divorce process so that they can be of support to their children. The only way that parents can support their children is if they're taking care of themselves. And, what children need most throughout the divorce process is to know that their parents are okay and that their parents love them. So that's really two important things for parents to emphasize to their kids through this process, is that they're okay and that they love them. So I just want to add one resource here in my intro is, if you're struggling and you believe that you or your children could benefit from mental health support, there are some resources for you. So one of the things you could try is contacting your primary care provider for a referral to a mental health provider in your area. And if you're in Rhode Island, you can also contact a source called BH Link. It stands for Behavioral Health Link, and they are available to provide supports to adults. And supports for children can be found through Kids Link. They're a service through Lifespan and Bradley Hospital, and they can help you find supports for children. And of course, you can continue to listen to our future podcasts where I'll talk about more topics and resources that might help you through this process.
Thanks so much. So all of our resources can be found at ridivorceresourcenetwork.com. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube and Facebook, where we will be posting our upcoming seminars, where you will have the option and the opportunity to do a question and answer session with us. And we can specifically try to answer any questions that you may have pertaining to your divorce process. So thanks so much, and we look forward to chatting with you soon.